You've probably been hearing a lot about minimum wage and the rise of minimum wage. It's causing a lot of discussion across the nation and in New York State as well. Now analysts are questioning whether large retailers will follow in the steps of Walmart. Employment expert Sharon Stiller joining us now. And there's been a lot of talk. Let's start with what Walmart did.
Approximately a week or so ago, Walmart decided that they were going to increase the minimum wage for their own employees from the federal minimum wage, which is $7.25 an hour, to $9 an hour, and then announced that hopefully by next year it will be up to $10 an hour. This is at a cost of approximately $1 billion to them for the next year.
Wow.
Yeah.
But can a company like Walmart, I mean, is it a big deal for their bottom line? I mean, I know you just mentioned $1 billion, but they're a huge company.
Well, I think if the economy had not gotten better, I think if there was not a lot of consumer spending, this might not have happened. And another issue is that with all the talk about increasing the minimum wage, maybe what they're doing is simply getting a lot of publicity for doing what will be required of them in the future.
Okay.
But it was a great move on their part.
So do you think, we've heard Walmart, do you think we're going to see more and more employers doing this route before they're expected to?
I think so. I think, first of all, the handwriting may well be on the wall that minimum wage is going to be increased either at the federal level or at other state levels. There's certainly a lot of talk in New York. And I think in order to be competitive and in order to jump on the bandwagon, you'll see the same thing with other retailers.
Could this be crippling and ending to some big companies?
I'm not so sure with respect to big companies. Again, it depends on the economy. It was interesting today, Target announced that it's going to be having some major layoffs. So it really depends on what's happening to the company. The biggest issue that I've heard with increasing the minimum wage is with respect to small businesses and medium-sized businesses, or businesses that really work very close to the line. Their margins are very small.
So a small business would have to be nervous, I would assume, about this.
Not necessarily about what Walmart is doing, unless they have difficulty getting staff as a result of everybody flocking to Walmart. But small businesses and medium-sized businesses are concerned anytime there's a discussion about raising the minimum wage.
So for the employees, though, this is potentially, good news. Everyone always wants to make a little bit more money, right?
Not only wanting to make a lot of money, there has been a lot of discussion about how there is a working poor. There are people who are working full-time, but when they earn only minimum wage, they're unable to be able to survive. They're essentially at poverty level.
Do you think there is the room at some companies for employees to talk with their employers about this issue? Oh,
absolutely. Absolutely. I think that it is an issue that both sides have to understand each side's view.
If you do want to actively join, I know there's a lot of talk here in New York State, for and against. How do you join a movement, depending on how you feel? Do you contact a lawmaker?
Well, it's actually an excellent idea to contact a lawmaker. There are a lot of interest groups that are advocating this, but ultimately it's going to be decided by the government. It was interesting, last night I got an email from Governor Cuomo's administration, personal email to me. Not really. It was to everybody, but it was indicating, asking for his constituency to support increasing the minimum wage. So there really is a public movement afoot to do this, not just Walmart, but many governments.
I think there might even be a rally on that issue coming up a little bit later today. Well, we've been talking about this, and it seems like we're getting closer and closer, so hope to see you back soon and continue the discussion. Thanks so much for coming in today.
My pleasure.
We appreciate it. All right, weather, traffic, and local headlines coming up next.